Alright, hi everybody. Well, I hope you all had a good weekend and you're all safely back at school. And here I am. I promised you a motivational message on Monday, so I'm showing you a little bit of where I'm at up in Canada. You can see the lake behind me and everything going on here. So on the trip up, I was talking to Dr. G about what I could talk to you about, what I could share to motivate you, and I think we came up with something I think will be really good for you. I know when I was growing up as a kid, my dad had a 1 acre lot of land that he used for gardening, and every spring he'd have all of us kids out there hoeing and raking and then putting those seeds in the ground, and then we would go out there every week and water it. We'd go out every week and pick weeds, and sometimes I thought my dad was pretty cruel, but at the end of doing all of that work, we had a lot of beans and potatoes and carrots and all that good stuff, and my mom would spend a good week canning all of that, and then of course eating it all later on through the winter was always good. But I know when I moved up here to Wisconsin, I tried doing what my dad did, and I don't think I'm made out to be a gardener like he is. I couldn't get anything to grow. I can't even get a tomato plant to grow, so I really struggle with that. But one thing I was really good at is when we moved into our new house, I was really good at laying out wood chips and doing some landscaping, kind of covering up all the edges around the house that weren't really good for growing grass and things like that. And Dr. G got me thinking about the difference between gardening and landscaping. I think all of us can be really good landscapers. I think all of us can be really good at putting out some really nice mulch, putting out some really nice stones, putting out a couple lawn ornaments, maybe a gnome or something like that, and covering up all the dirt and all the gook and icky ground that's underneath. But gardening takes a whole lot more work. Gardening takes a whole lot more effort, takes energy, takes time, takes commitment, takes dedication to making sure that the plants are nurtured the way that they can be. And in the end, what you have is you have fruit. You have something that's nutritious. You have something that's healthy. You have something that is useful, meaningful. Whereas with landscaping, all you have is a bunch of wood chips covering some dirt. And I think the same thing's true when it comes to life. I think sometimes in life we tend to be landscapers. We tend to be people who are really good at covering things up. We wear the right clothes, we say the right thing, we get our hair and makeup done, we hang around the right people, and we're really good at covering and making the outside look really good, but underneath there's just, when you dig through all that mulch and all those landscaping stones, it's just a bunch of dirt. And what we really need to be, what we really truly need to be, is we need to be gardeners. We need to be people who are working hard at working up the land and planting these seeds of character. I know I've been talking about character the last couple of weeks, but planting these seeds of character, of commitment and responsibility and honesty. And over time, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of effort, but in the end, you have something meaningful in your life. You have value to your life. You don't just have covered up dirt, and over time the mulch blows away, the mulch fades, things like that, and it just reveals dirt. You actually have fruit that you can and put away and save for when you really need that. And so my challenge to you, especially as you look at these last couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks of school can be to just kind of let it all slide and let it all ride, because you're at the end, you're tired, what's the use, what's the meaning to all of this? But this is where you show your real character. This is where you show all the gardening that you've been doing through the year, all the energy and all the effort that you've been putting in. And so I challenge you to think about, are you a landscaper? Are you just somebody who puts on a mask, so to speak, someone who just puts on a front so everybody sees something, whether it's at school or at home or with your friends, so that everybody thinks something of you, but the reality is there's really nothing there underneath? Or are you a gardener? Are you somebody who is working hard, who's committing themselves to their studies and to being a good son or daughter or brother or sister or friend? And are you working hard at that and sowing good seeds of relationships, sowing good seeds of character, so that later on down the road, or even tomorrow or next week, when you're asked to do something, there's this responsibility that comes out, there's this honesty that comes out in you, and you have something to show. You have something that you can be proud of, something that you can take pride in, and other people can look at you and say, wow, that individual has really good character, and I think I'm going to give them some more responsibility. I think everyone that I'm talking to today wants more responsibility. I know for those of you who aren't driving a car, eventually you're going to want to drive a car, but it's a lot of responsibility, and being able to save away those character qualities that your parents are looking for, to say, hey, I'm ready to turn over the keys and let you start driving. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's going on a trip with a friend, or going away to college eventually for some of you, or moving out. It's going to take work. It's going to take effort, and you need to think like a gardener, not like a landscaper. I think we all have that down, but learning to think like a gardener. So I hope that's helpful for you this week. I hope you guys all have a good week. Work hard for Pastor Dave there as he takes my place, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all back. I'll try to bring some pictures. I don't take a lot of pictures on these trips, but if I see some moose, I'll take some pictures for you, and I'll let you know what all happened, and I'll have a motivational Tuesday for you when we get back from Memorial Day. All right, hopefully I'll see you later, and you guys have a good week. Work hard for me, show yourself responsible, and be good. All right, bye.